Edinburgh.
Go Edinburgh. Go Edinburgh.
Go Edinburgh.
Come on, Edinburgh!
So again, a warm welcome. This is session 11. Welcome to those watching on the live stream, and a very warm welcome to everybody in the balcony here. Pretty busy balcony we've got here for this afternoon's session here at the Royal Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh. First of all, let me introduce our senior officials for this afternoon's session. Our referees this afternoon are Kevin Patterson and Bill Brash. Starters, Mark Barrett and Matt Huntington. Thank you, officials. You may be seated. So we talked a little bit about what's coming up. Just a reminder, 100 butterfly starts us off. It'll be very interesting to see what Jakob Karl does. He's been very, very fast this week. He goes in lane 4 in the final heat with a time of 56.4. 100 freestyle, as I mentioned, lots and lots of heats on that one. 15 heats for the women. And this will also be pretty fast and very, very tight contest, I think, all the way through this afternoon. There's in nearly every heat, very little between fastest and slowest. So winners could come from any lane in every heat. 200 freestyle is next up for the men, event 804. Again, we've got some strong performance in there. Watch out for Will Bell in lane 5 in the final heat, heat 9. He has been very, very fast all the time. He was 4th overall in the 1500 freestyle on day 1. But we're just about ready to go. I hope you're excited. I am. It's the men's 100 butterfly, and this will be the first of 8 heats.
So as Duncan says, the first of 8 heats underway.
Just 2 go in our first heat. Angus Nicol in lane 4 from City of Glasgow. Sean Gray from Plymouth Leander is in lane 5. 59.47 and 59.53 respectively. So, as we say, it's going to be pretty tight throughout all these heats this afternoon. A lot of tight contests yesterday. And, Sean Gray, 27.94. Has a bit of body, about half a body length advantage. Angus Nicol trying to get back at him. Sean Gray from Plymouth Leander just holding him at the moment. Angus coming back. I don't think he's going to get up. So Sean Gray is going to take the first of our 8 heats. Good time, 59.44. Slight improvement on his entry time. Angus 59.88 in second.
So we move into heat 2. 5 swimmers here. Mark Ford, City of Glasgow in 1. Taylor Bowen swimming unattached in 4. Jamie Booth, Warrender in 5. Jamie McDonald, also of Warrender, in 6. Alfie Kelly of Newcastle in 7. So we'll find out whether home advantage counts for anything for the 2 Warrender swimmers train in this pool. At the moment, it's the swimmers on the outside lanes, 1 and 7. Mark Ford leading the way through. The City of Glasgow swimmer, 27.89, just fractionally faster than the previous heat. And then, well, the other 4 very close. Coming down, 15 to go. Can Mark Ford hold on to this? Got 2 empty lanes before we get to the other swimmers. And I think they're maybe just going past him now. And the Warrender boys have come through, led by Jamie McDonald, 59.59. His teammate Jamie Booth takes second, just over the minute, with Alfie Kelly in third.
Heat 3, Stefan Isaac from Bernard in lane 1, Daniel Morley, Derwent in 2, Alfie Evans, Reading in 3, Reid Jones, Plymouth Leander in 4, Craig Greenock, Cumbernauld in 5, Harry Whiteman, City of Peterborough in 6, Ben Rowett from Guildford in 7, Harry Jones from Hitchin in 8. And Reid Jones, 26.56. So over a second faster than we've seen. He has a good advantage of that turn. Leads by about 1.5 meters coming through. Craig Greenock in 5. Also there in 2, Daniel Morley. And 7, Ben Rowett. And coming to the final 10 metres. Reid Jones just hanging on there. Craig Greenock coming through strongly to challenge. The 2 middle lanes perhaps. Also in lane 2, Daniel Morley. There's the 2 middle lanes. Reid Jones, 57.58. Craig Greenock, 57.86. Daniel Morley did get third, 57.98.
So that was a nice swim from Reid Jones, improving by a second and a half there. And Craig Greenock, he had improved on his time recently at Toll Cross in the West Districts of Scotland, but he was faster again there, 57.86. Morley taking third as we get ready now for Heat 4. And this is Heat 4. Swimming in 1 is Thomas Brew of Mount Kelly. Nathan Woodrow of City of Norwich in 2. Alexander Armstrong of Guildford City in 3, Joel Weston, City of Leicester in 4, Alec White of Exeter City in 5, Robbie Jones of Tigers Jersey in 6, William Ellington of Millfield in 7, and Thomas Carswell of Tadcaster in lane 8. 26.17, Alec White leading them 4/10 faster than the previous heat. Going nicely in 8 is Thomas Carswell, but it's Alec White, junior champion in the Welsh Winter Championships, swimming for his home club down in Exeter. So he's had a long trip up here. So going very nicely, the Tadcaster swimmer. And it's between these two, and it is Thomas. Well, no, it's not. It's Alec White. I thought Thomas was going to get that, but he didn't. Alec got there, got the touch first. Second, Thomas Carswell, and a tie for third on 57.87, Joel Weston and Thomas Brew. But Alec White, the winner, 57.35. That's our new fastest time.
Heat 5, Rhys Edwards, Swansea Aquatics in 1, Jack Toe, City of Sheffield in 2, Llewellyn Davis, Swansea Aquatics in 3, Kai Adams, City of Bristol in 4, Kane Murcutt, Royal Wolverhampton in 5, Jonah Walsh, Warner Bath 6, Charlie Brown, City of Sheffield 7, and Thomas Clare, Team Ipswich goes in 8. All in the 58-second range here. Kai Adams, 26.75, just a little bit slower than the previous heat. Also on the near side, Rhys Edwards and Jack Toe well there. And the near side, challenging Kai Adams. Adams and Jack Toe. Pull clear between those two. Jack Toe perhaps just getting the slight advantage coming into the final 10 metres. Jack Toe, I think, going to take this from Kai Adams. Very close for third place. Lane 6, perhaps Jonah Walsh. Was Jack Toe, 57.09. Kyle Adams, 58. Sorry. Jack Toe, 57.09. 57.94. Rhys Edwards and Jonah Walsh, 57.98. Did get third.
So interesting, that one. They were over half a second slower than the previous heat at the 50, but really fast second half from Jack Toe, and in the end, a quarter of a second faster. It's good stuff. Seven go in heat 6. Ruben Vista, City of Sheffield in 1, Will Morris of Tynemouth in 2, Jake Faby of Penrith in 3, Matthew Titman of City of Cambridge in 4, Ian McCallum, Edinburgh University in 5, Joseph Page of Haventon Waterlooville in 6, and Edward Mildred of Northampton in 7. Coming up to the turn, there's pretty little in it, in fact nothing in it. Two tied at the turn, Joseph Page and Jake Faby, both 26.92. Pushing out from the second length, Edward Mildred. So maybe we're seeing a little bit of what we saw in the last heat with this very fast second half, and it's Edward Mildred who is driving it home here, British summer champion. What can he do? He's only 15 this year, so the youngster putting in a very good shift there, and again a really fast second half there to come in 56.36. That's brilliant stuff, over a second and a half inside his entry time. Has to be pleased with that. Jake Faby taking second, 58.12 from Will Morris, 58.18.
Yeah, that 56.36 might trouble place in the junior final. However, on to lane heat number 7. We have Christian Tye, Bournemouth College in 1, Thomas Balfour, Bellshill Sharks 2, Ross Leslie, Edinburgh University 3. Charlie Poole, City of Leicester in 4. Juliano Nye from the Netherlands in 5. Callum Reid, Edinburgh University 6. Sam Goldrick, City of Manchester Aquatics, 26.43, turns in the lead. And James Black, City of Glasgow in lane number 8. On the far side is where the action appears to be at the moment. Still with Sam Goldrick. James Black in 8. Well there. Joanna Nye from the Netherlands in 5. Is anyone else going to make a late charge? It doesn't look like it. Sam Goldrick has the lead and still maintains that lead. James Black possibly second, very close for third. Sam Goldrick 56.95. Justin Ty takes second, 57.37. Charlie Poole 57.63 takes third.
So another nice improvement there, 56.95. Sam Goldrick, City of Manchester, half a second faster than his entry. They're in the mood, these guys. So 7 swimmers go in the final heat. Mark Elric, City of Glasgow in 1. Harry Lewis Mitchell of Stockport Metro in 2. William Snawson of Wrekin College in 3. Rory Huggins of Guildford City in 5. Jordan Gaskell of Winsford in 6. Matthew Holland, Wolverhampton in 7. And James Woodward of Hatfield in lane 8. I talked about Jakob Karl at the beginning of the session. He's not there. That's not fair. Matthew Holland, though, he's certainly there, 26.40, very similar pace to what we saw in the previous heats. And he's going then the black cap, lane 7. Another black cap in lane 2 is Harry Lewis Mitchell, and he's up there. So in lane 5 is Rory Huggins. So again, this is going to be on the touch. Lane 6 in the mix as well. Jordan Gaskell, it is Jordan Gaskell who takes it in 56.56. No, it's not at all clear who was going to get that one. Harry Lewis Mitchell ending up second, 56.87, just 300ths ahead of Rory Huggins, but 56.56, the winning time there. Another nice swim. Jordan Gaskell taking the final heat, the Winsford swimmer.
15 heats of event 803, 100 metres freestyle for women. Heat 1. So just the 2 go in this one. Mia Barba from Dervenshaw goes in 3 and over in 5. Ella Regal from the City of Bristol. She's got off to a very strong start, already a body length clear. Both these girls in the 100.66 for Mia, Ella 100.55 and 29.24. Probably pacing very much around her entry time. She's finishing very strongly. Coming down with 25 to go. The Bristol girl is 3 or 4 metres clear from Mia Barba. Let's see if she can get under that minute mark. It's going to be pretty close, I'm sure. She's sprinting very hard down the final 5 metres. So let's see Ella's time. Does she do it? Not quite. Very much on her entry time though. 100.59, just 400ths fraction over her entry. Mia Barber 103.10 in second.
Moving to heat 2. And Van Droffelaar of the Netherlands in 1. Sarah Anderson of Warrender in 2. Ella Theobald of Samwell in 3. Sophia Button of Team Ipswich in 4. Hannah Shakeshaft of Ellesmere College in 5. Sarah Wright of Gateshead and Wickham in 6. And Lauren Wetherell of City of Glasgow in 7. Lauren swam the 1500 this morning, put in a very good swim there. Quite a big PB. And so she's had some recovery time now before this 100. Pushing on, though, on the other side of the pool is Anne van Droffelaar, the Dutch swimmer, entered 1:00:53. Let's see whether any of these swimmers can break through the minute. It's certainly the two outside lanes, Van Droffelaar and Wetherell, are going to be first and second, with Van Droffelaar taking it, oh, so close to the minute, that was unlucky. 1:00.06. Lauren Wetherell, 0.74. And then just into the 101s, Ella Theobald, 1:01.04 in third place.
Heat 3, Amy Pembleton, Plymouth Leander in 1, Sasha Thomas, City of Norwich 2, Amy Mead, Nova Centurion in 3, Tia Ward, City of Leeds 4, Erin Davis, City of Birmingham 5, Lydia Smith, Gainsborough in 6, Guruka Singh from Nepal in 7, Tamron Anselm from Bromley in 8. Tamron over on that far side, possibly he's about a metre here. Good strong start for her. Every chance of being sub a minute here, 28.49. That's a very fast split. All these girls just over the minute mark. And certainly Tamron off to a flyer, coming through strongly. Tia Ward, the lead swimmer, and they're well clear of the rest. It's all about third place, Amy Pembleton on this near side, perhaps holding third. Erin Davis also coming through in lane 5. Over on the far side, still with Tamron, but finishing very strongly. Tia Ward, this is going to be very tight. Tamron perhaps takes it just 58.72, 58.80 for Tia Ward. They'll be pleased being sub-minute. And third place, Erin Davis, 1:01.01. Unfortunately, disqualification for a technical infraction, lane 2.
Six swimmers take the water in heat 4. And they are Freya Cole, going for Rushton in 1. Frankie Whiting of Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson in 2. Rebecca Reid of Aberdeen in 3. Abby Poulton, Guildford City in 4. Megan Malloy of Enfield in 6. And Kenzie Wyatt of City of Peterborough in 7. Abby Poulton takes the turn, 28.45. Very similar split to the previous heat. These swimmers around the minute entry time, so again we should hope to see some ducking under. Certainly Abby in lane 4. She's got this one, you would think, under control. Megan Malloy, I think, will come in for second. Both of them under the minute. And third place just outside the minute mark, Kenzie Wyatt. 59.37 the winning time.
Heat 5, Charlotte Nestor, Wigan Best in 1. Rebecca Watt from Dunmore, Atlanta in 2. Gemma McLeod, Dumfries Dolphins in 3. Katie Shanahan, City of Glasgow in 4. Ollie Colbert from Grantham in 5. Kirsty Flynn, Leatherhead in 6. Charlotte Hall from Derventio in 7. And Lauren Cooley from Stockport Metro in lane number 8. 2 and 7 perhaps. Rebecca Watt, Charlotte Hall. Rebecca 28.67. It was similar to the last two heats, so every chance that 2 or 3 of these girls will be sub a minute. 2 outside lanes are just over the minute. Coming through very strongly now, Molly Colbert in lane 5, and she's certainly struck the front. Being challenged by Kirsty Flynn perhaps in lane 6. And also in lane 7, Charlotte Hall. No doubt about the winner. Nice swim here from Molly. 59.30. Charlotte Hall also sub-minute, 59.97. Kirsty Flynn, 1:00.11 in 3rd place.
So we move to Heat 6. Scarlett Major, City of Newport goes in 1. Katharina Price of Newcastle in 2. Sophie Hobber of City of Leeds in 3. Sophie Brandon of Newcastle in 4. Poppy Richardson, City of Peterborough in 5. Kirsty Stewart of Aberdeen in 6. And Avril Bowler of Borough of Kirklees in 8. And there's Avril certainly up there along with lane 4 and lane 3. And it's Sophie Hobber, in fact, just getting the turn there. All these swimmers are juniors. I reckon it's something around the 58.6 required. Force her way into the junior final. It's just my assessment of it. Might be completely wrong. Lane 3, Sophie Hobber, certainly pushing on well. So still is Avril Bowler, and they're very close going in, but it is Sophie who gets it 58.88, so that was a nice swim. Good improvement on her entry time. Same for Avril Bowler. 3rd place, Sophie Brandon, 59.62.
Heat 7, Honolulu Twai from Bournemouth College in 1. Millie Boulding, Borough Kirklees in 2. Emily Lawrence from Preston in 3. Holly Shepherd, Royal Wolverhampton School in 4. Elizabeth Woodcock from Preston in 5. Rhiannon Bowen from Team Bath in 6. Erin Roberts, Norfolk in 7. Ciara Morris, City of Cardiff in lane number 8. Rhiannon Bowen in 6, perhaps just with the early advantage, 28.32. Very similar to the previous heat. Advantage just over on that far side. Ciara Morris also going well. Coming through in lane number 5, Elizabeth Woodcock from Preston. Those 3 just beginning to pull clear of the rest of the field. Rhiannon Bowen now being challenged by Elizabeth Woodcock. Ciara Morris still well in there over on that far side. Rhiannon Bowen is going to take this one. Very close for second. I think it's just going to be Elizabeth. 58.35, that's a good strong swim. That's over a second faster. Elizabeth Woodcock, 58.91 in second, and Ciara Morris, 59.28. Good swim for her in 3rd place.
So that certainly puts her in the frame, I think, for another swim, 58.35. Let's keep an eye on that as the afternoon progresses. Still lots and lots of heats to go, though. So heat number 8. Molly Francis in 1 for Mount Kelly. Morris Mills of Millfield in 3. Imogen Mears of Bromley in 4. Sophie Hall of Gloucester in 5. Megan Grant of Aberdeen in 6. Alice Thickett, City of Sheffield in 7. And Kirsten Laurie of First in 8. Pretty much in a line going through the turn, headed by Megan Grant, the Aberdeen swimmer, 28.47. Megan's quite an old time done last April in Aberdeen at the Scottish National Age Groups. And I think she's just been overtaken, marginally anyway, by Alice Thickett in lane 7, the Sheffield swimmer. Great meet Sheffield are having. And this is another good swim from their ranks, 59.13 for Alice. Course for a second improvement on her entry time. Second place was Sophie Hall and Molly Francis taking third.
Heat 9. In lane 2, Annie Pearson, Nova Centurion in 4. Abby Lowe, Chelmsford. Summer Kennedy, Devencio in 5. Beth Hunt, Wickham District in lane 6. Sophie Yendall, City of Derby in lane 7. And Africa Zamorano from Spain over in lane number 8. Sophie and Africa, a little between the two. Who's going to get the touch? Africa 28.07, and that's particularly fast. Is there a fighting chance of getting into a junior final? And Spanish girl going clear of the field now with just over 25 to go. Anybody's race for second place. Beth Hunt coming through to challenge Sophie Yendall. Summer Kennedy also well there. Africa's Zamorano is going to take this. 57.98. Sophie Yendall, 58.81 and 58.89. Beth Hunt, Africa not the junior, so nevertheless a very strong finish. Good 1.5 second improvement there nearly.
So a full house for Heat 10 with Spencer Williams in 1 for Brompton, Katie Cooper of Warrender in 2, Eve Vickery, City of Coventry in 3, Molly Wright of Nova Centurion in 4, Sarah Rolko of Luxembourg in 5, Megan Maybanks of Dunmow Atlantis in 6, Yasmin Tajali of City of Oxford in 7, and Elena Dewhurst of Anaconda in 8. So through the turn, it's lane 6 and 7. So they are side by side coming down the second length. Megan and Yasmin. It's only going to be between these two. Looks like Yasmin Tajali, the Oxford swimmer, is just going to edge it. Strong in that last 10 metres to make sure of it. 58.79 for her. Megan was second, 59.58. And taking third, the local swimmer, Katie Goodburn, just over the minute, 60.09.
Heat 11, Julia Svensson from Kastrup in 1, Ali Larsson, Camden Swiss in 2, Freya Colbert, Nova Centurion in 3. Monique Olivier from Luxembourg in lane number 4 rather. 6, Tegan Chelf, Beckenham. So Zoe Bosand-Hill, City of Birmingham off to a flyer in 7. And Francesca Fowson-Young, Hamilton Dubai in 8. 27.47. A super start there. So Zoe already good body length clear of the rest of the field on this near side. Ali Larson, Freya Colbert, Monique Olivier battling out for second. They're coming back at their leader. So just beginning to tie up a little bit in the last 10 metres or so. And Monique Olivier coming through to challenge. Zoe Bosard-Hill is possibly just going to hang on. Very tight to the death, 58.32. Very close for second. Freya Colbert, 58.44. And Monique Olivier, 58.62, takes third.
Moving to Heat 12, Abby Houston goes for City Sheffield in 1, Erin Cummins, University of Stirling in 2. 3 is Amy Davis of South Croydon, Lucy Kuhn of Leipzig in 4, Tabea Moos of Village Gun in 5, Stefania Nunes of the Netherlands in 6, and Hannah Trousdale of Loftus Dolphins in 7. So swimmers here reminding us this is an international meet, and it's Lucy Kuhn, 27.97, leading the way here, the German from Leipzig. She's got about a metre's advantage over Amy Davies from South Croydon, although Amy now is closing up on her. And it's lanes 6 and 7, Stefania and Hannah contesting third. This is going to be close at the touch. It just goes to Amy Davis, 58.91. Lucy Kuhn second, 59.12. And Abby Houston on her way to the Gold Coast with the Scottish team takes third there, 59.17.
Heat 13, Isabel Wild, Plymouth Leander in 3. Claire Verkerk from the Netherlands in 4. Mia Slevin, Derventio in 5. Femke Spearing from the Netherlands in 7. Megan Allison, City of Newport in lane number 8. Femke Spearing from the Netherlands with that slight advantage. Megan Allison perhaps may have second. Mia Slevin in 5 also well there. Femke turns 27.99. So a few sub-28s at the splits. And a good turn from Femke. She just opens up a slightly bigger advantage, although coming through in lane 5, Mia Slevin is certainly challenging. Those two have pulled a little bit clear of Megan Allison. And coming down into the final 15, Mia Slevin looks as though she's just timing this perfectly. Mia's going to take this. Femke, I think, is going to hold on to second from Megan, and it is indeed the Derventio girl that takes that 58.06. I think that might get us a swim later on this evening in the junior final. 58.06, 59.13 for Megan. Just snatched that second place from Femke in 59.26.
Heat 14, 7 swimmers here. Sophie Lewis-Ward for Edinburgh University in 1. Mia Maspers of Team Ipswich in 2. Rasheen Ramsey of Warrender in 3. Madeline Moore, Plymouth Leander in 4. Polly Holden, Nova Centurion in 5. Emily Hames, Mount Kelly in 6. And Christy Gerst of the Netherlands in 7. Well, Polly Holden, bronze medalist in the women's 800 on Friday night. She goes in lane 5 in second place at the moment, just behind Emily Hames, Mount Kelly swimmer. Emily Hames looking to try and hold her off, but Polly now alongside her, just behind them, Madeline Moore. But I think maybe Polly is just going to come through and take this. Polly Holden of Nova gets it in 57.89. 58.12 for Emily Hames. Again, she could be in the mix for a junior final there. And Madeline Moore, 59.03 in third place.
Fifteenth and final heat, Katie Smith, Warder Baths in 1, Mia Hawkes, Enfield in 2, Needy Harris from Swim Gwynedd in 3, Alexandra Venk from Germany in lane 4, India Youngman from the Netherlands in 5, Julia Tietz from SG Stat in 6, Anna Pudergeil from Camden Swiss in 7, and Chloe Pritchard, Swansea Aquatics in lane number 8. Alexandra Venk, 27.60. Very, very strong start from the German. So she's pulled clear. Julia Tietz from SG Stat, also over in Germany. The Dutch girl and the young man in 5. Those 3. It's as though it's between those 3, although coming down, just 5 to go. Very strong swim here from Alexandra. 57.15. That might well.
Yep, I think you're right. That gets her into the B final tonight. Yeah. Alexandra Venk will get another swim. I think we can be pretty sure about that one. Great swim, 57.14. .200 freestyle is next to go for the men. Got 9 heats to go in this one. Swimmers ready to go for heat number 1. So 3 swimmers get us going in the men's 200 freestyle. And those 3 are Shay Bradley from City of Derby in lane 3, Samuel Pereira of Enfield in 4, and Christian Josep of Bernhoort in lane 5. Christian, a Moldovan swimmer. So that's a nice welcome for the Moldovan. Don't often see them here. He's got some work to do though to catch the others up. As we come towards halfway, Shay and Samuel with pretty good leads here. All these swimmers 1:59 entry times, 56.67 the halfway split in Shay Bradley's favour. Good 2-second advantage for him. Shay Bradley, 17 this year. So all 3 of these swimmers in the junior ranks. But Shay very much leading the way still. He had a 2-second lead. He's Or just teasing us, not showing us Samuel's time. 127.68 for Shea. 128.94 just appeared in time for us to see it. And so the gap is shrinking now as Samuel Pereira putting in a strong push down this last length. Shea should have enough in hand, although it's getting tighter as they come to the wall. But it is Shea Bradley holding it. Both of them inside their entry times by a second and a half or so. 158.19 for Shea, Samuel 158.96, and Christian coming in for third place, 2:13 for him.
On to heat 2, Louis Hewitt from Aberdeen Dolphins in 1. Duncan McKinney, City Glasgow in 2. Taylor Lovelock from Hillingdon in 3. Ben Cope, for Wolverhampton School in lane 4. And in lane 6, Jude Lilliard from City of St Albans. These lads 159 range. 25.09. Hewitt, which they went out probably to get a split for that 50. He's just coasting down. Important he will finish the race to make that split count. So let's concentrate on Duncan McKinney, who now leads the other 4 swimmers. 57.47 for Duncan. Duncan's entry time 159.50. He's by about a body length from Taylor Lovelock. Ben Cope, Lillard there for third and fourth. City Glasgow swimmer still has a good advantage. Taylor Lovelock coming back in second. Duncan McKinney 128.88. Some work to do, Taylor Lovelock. Now just beginning to get past him. And Taylor has just timed this perfectly. Ben Cope might actually get up to take second. And into the last few metres, Taylor Lovelock is going to take this. 159.37. Very much on his entry time. Second place, Duncan McKinney just holds on, 2:00.13. Ben Cope, 2:00.21. And Louis Hewitt coming in just to finish the race. Hopefully that 25.09 that he did for the 50, he'll be pleased with that. That concludes heat number 2.
So this is heat 3 with Thomas Thorpe of Wrexham in 1, Joseph Russell of Mount Kelly in 2, Ethan Raymond of Plymouth Leander in 3, Joel Weston of City of Leicester in 4, Joe Watt of City of Glasgow in 5, Sam Sully of City of Sheffield in 6, and Herbie Kinder of City of Peterborough in lane 8. First through the turn is Sam Sully, 27.20. No point in comparing him from the 50 split to the previous heat because that was such an artificial split, if you like, for 200. But Sam is leading them out nicely now. 57.47 was the halfway split in the last heat. So that gives us a better bearing for Sam. He's going to be faster than that, 56.50. finalist in the British Summer Championships. In fact, that's where he did his time, 1:58.8. New season, of course, just opened the window for the summer this weekend. So any swims done here can count for qualification for the big meets in the summer. 27.10. So going pretty nicely, just over the 30 seconds there. 30.6. And certainly Sam surely is not going to be caught now. Nearest turn, Thomas Thorpe, the Wrexham swimmer in lane 1. He's having a good last 50. Certainly pushing on very strongly there. But Sam Sully had plenty in hand, and he takes it 1:57.22. Thomas 1:58.14 is second, and it's Herbie Kinder from lane 8. So the two outside lanes putting in some good performances there. 1:59.46 for Herbie.
Heat 4, Thomas Clare, Team Ipswich in 1. Hector Pardo, Ellesmere College in 2. Edward Mildrew from Northampton in 3. Finlay Maxwell, Beckenham in 4. Nathan McLeave from Leatherhead in lane 5. Jake Moxham, City of Cambridge 6. Samuel Neal from Wrekin College 7. And Eugene Brooks-Clare, City of Sheffield in lane 8. And Eugene 26.46. It's about 3/4 of a second or so faster than that previous heat. Let's see if he can maintain that over that outside lane. With some pretty strong performances throughout the afternoon sessions. Runners coming from all over the place. And, certainly the outside lanes have been pretty prominent. And still Eugene Brooks-Clare going well. However, in lane 5, Nathan McLeave from Leatherhead. Very close, 56.41, 56.89. So those two still very, very close. So it might just be Nathan. He's beginning to forge ahead. That's the field trying to make a challenge. Samuel Neal from Wrekin College. Could we have a coach from Team Bath to the recorders table, please? Team Bath to the recorders table as Nathan McLeave, 1:27.24. Let's see if he can bring this one home. Finlay Maxwell in 4. He's beginning to put in a challenge in the centre lane. Also in 2, Hector Pardo. And it's the middle lanes with the action. Nathan McLeave, Finlay Maxwell still finishing strongly. Finlay Maxwell might just get up to take this one. It's going to be on the touch. Well, Finlay Maxwell timed that to perfection. 1:57.47. Nathan McLeave, 1:57.68. In third place, Hector Pardo, 1:58.01. Cracking race, fellas.
So we go to heat number 5 now with Josh Williams of Wickham District in 1, Harry Noble of Mount Kelly in 2, Hugh Williams of Millfield in 3, Archie Plowman of Northampton in 4, Thomas Thornley of Millfield in 5, Derwentside's Daniel Morley is in 6, Kane Murcott is in 7, representing Royal Wolverhampton School, and Bob Sauber of Luxembourg is in lane 8. So it's Morley, 27.15, side swimmer, who's done his entry time at the Northumberland and Durham County Championships recently. Took about 4/10 off his entry time here. So let's see if he can take a bit more off today. Right beside him in 5 is Thomas Thornley, And over in lane 8, Bob Sauber, the Luxembourg swimmer. Not too far away, also on the gallery side of the pool, Josh Williams and Harry Noble. 56.88 at halfway. So a good competitive affair, this one. 4, 5, maybe 6 swimmers in the hunt here. As Hugh Williams is making progress in lane 3 to join all the others. Keep your eyes on Bob Sauber over on the far side, certainly right up there in the frame, but it's still Morley, in fact back to Morley if you could say, from Thornley, just 200ths in it, 127.41 and 127.43. Well, who's going to get this one? Nice turn from Harry Noble, and he has the advantage now in lane 2. Is there going to be a late challenge from anybody else? It looks like Noble at the moment has got the advantage. Here comes Sauber on the far side, though. It's going to be between these two. Oh, the touch goes to the Luxembourg swimmer, Bob Sauber. 156.90 by 100th of a second. Cracking race, that one. 156.91 for Harry Noble. 157.39 Hugh Williams in third. Well, great stuff there.
Heat 6, Michael Ripper, City St Albans in 1. Ben Prosser, Wickham District in 2. Miles Stick from City of Leeds in 3. Joshua Looney from Swansea Aquatics in lane 4. Max Jeffs, Hatfield in 5. City Manchester Aquatics, Matthew Evans is 6. Jacob Davies, City of Birmingham in 7. Jack Shillinglaw, Ellesmere College in 8. 26.59. First 50 there. Coach from Team Bath, please. Recorder's table. Coach from Team Bath, could you make your way to the recorder's table, please? Make your way down to the halfway mark. Ben Prosser, 55.74. It's a very strong start from those two swimmers in 2 and 3. Ben Prosser's time coming from the summer meet. He was a finalist there. So some of these times are a bit old, so you're certainly seeing some improvements in these early heats. Ben Prosser, Miles Stirk. Over the far side, Jacob Davis also well there. And off that turn, it's still with Ben Prosser, 126.22. This is significantly faster and a cracking race developing down this near side. Miles Stick now getting just ahead of Ben Prosser over on that far side. Jacob Davis, Matthew Evans, Max Jeffs, all well there. And it looks as though it's going to be Miles Stick from the City of Leeds that's going to take this very close for seconds. Lane 7 perhaps, Jacob. Ben Prosser just held on to second, so Miles Stick 155.85, 156.83 for Ben Prosser. Just hold on. Jacob Davis 156.86 in third.
So on to heat number 7, empty lane in 1. So we have William Slawson of Wrekin College in 2, Harry Stacey of Aberdeen Performance in 3, Sam Daly of Mount Kelly in 4, Benjamin Campbell James of Statford in 5, Charlie Waddingham, University of Stirling in 6, James Baxter of Wickham District in 7, and Louis Parker of Millfield in lane 8. So that's the Aberdeen University man, 25.97. Harry Stacey, in his first year up in Aberdeen, seems to have taken to that programme like a swimmer to water. Look at him go. He is well clear. The battle on the far side for second. Three of them, Charlie, James, Louis. But it's Harry Stacey making his move, 54.47. Entry time for Harry, 1:56. Did a 1:54 recently up in Aberdeen. And certainly looking in good shape here to build on that. He's in his last year as a junior. So let's see what he can post here. 1:24.17. Into our calculations, 1:55-ish will certainly challenge for a place in tonight's junior final. And I think Harry could be there or thereabouts here. Certainly has dominated this race. Louis Barker has seen off the others on the far side and just has the advantage over William Slawson and Sam Daly. But Harry Stacey, what a great swim that was. 1:54.43. I think that probably is good enough for him to get another swim. We'll confirm that later. Second, though, Louis Barker. And third, William Slawson. But nice work from the University of Aberdeen swimmer. 1:54.43.
So that now the target 1:54.43 for our juniors. In this one, we have Liam Snook, Northampton in lane 1. Daniel Fisher, Edinburgh University in 2. Rory Huggins from Guildford in lane number 3. Martin McInnes, City of Glasgow in 4. Scott Proven, City of Salford in 5. Scott Gibson, East Kilbride in 6. James Woodward, Hatfield in 7. Jared Armstrong, City of Manchester Aquatics with the early lead, 27.13 over in lane number 8. Some very strong starts over that far side in lane 8. Coming through strongly in lane number 2, Daniel Fisher, local man from Edinburgh University. This is home pool. And he is now forging ahead. Rory Huggins from Guildford. And Martin McInnes in 4 and Scott Proven in 5, not that far behind. Daniel Fisher 55.83. Got a second and a half slower, but it's how you finish. At the moment, still the advantage with Daniel, Rory and Martin in 3 and 4. Scott Proven not out of it either. And over on the far side, Jared Armstrong still battling away. Martin McInnes now, 1:26.62. He's come through, timed it perfectly. Got his time 1:55.71 at the Scottish National Championships. And he's certainly going to take this one by some margin. Scott Proven, City Salford coming through strongly in second. Rory Huggins will take third. I fancy Owen 7. James Woodward finishing strongly as Martin McInnes takes that. 1:55.35. Scott Proven 1:56.54. And James Woodward did indeed get up, Hatfield man, to take third. 1:56.84.
The two outside lanes absent for our final heat here, leaving us with Billy Pattett of Ellesmere College in 2, Charlie Poole, City of Leicester in 3, Miles Robinson-Young of City of Peterborough in 4, Will Bell, City of Leicester in 5, Adam Metcalf, Ellesmere College in 6, Charlie Betten of the Netherlands in 7. And it's the Dutchman, 26.39, has the lead. Charlie 4th in the Dutch Junior Championships. Has got himself a good early lead here from the swimmers in 3 and 4. Miles Robinson-Young and Will Bell. Shelley 54.90. 18-year-old, so could qualify if he's fast enough for the junior final. They're starting to close him down now, I think. 3 in the centre lanes, 3, 4 and 5. Will Bell certainly has been in phenomenal form this week, and so expect him to be strong in this final length. He's starting to threaten. In fact, he's got the lead now. 1:25.34. Can he force his way into the junior final? Really needs to push it hard now down this final length. And he's certainly doing that. Lane 3 is Charlie Poole. He has emerged now into second place. So 2 white caps leading the way here, but it's Will Bell who takes it. City of Leicester man, 1:53.59. Well, that I think will certainly be comfortably good enough to get another swim. Charlie Poole, he might be there as well, 1:54.63. We'll just have to wait and see with him. But some nice swims there, good improvements. Will Bell entered 1:55.12, coming home in 1:53.59. Second half knocked off. More good work from Mr. Bell. So that's us done with the 200 freestyle. So we go to women's 200 butterfly now. And that will take place in 7 heats.
So next event, 200 butterfly. 3 go in this one. Eve Goddard-Smith, swim Gwynedd in 3. Rebecca Howell from Basildon in 4. Betsy Wizard from Northampton in lane 5. Their entry times here, 2:26.09, 2:26.10, 2:26.60, 2:26.09 and 2:26.10 respectively, 3, 4 and 5. 31:40, Betsy Wizard. So she has a slight advantage over Rebecca and Eve. Basildon girl, Rebecca Howell, just beginning to push her way into the lead here. Her time back in the summer when she did that, the summer meet, when she was bronze medalist. 1:07.52. Contest between Rebecca and Betsy. Just a few metres further back. Betsy has actually gone a little bit faster, 2:23.78 at the Northampton County Championships recently. And we have seen some pretty fast times in the afternoon heats over these 4 days. 1:45.71. Is now Betsy, just beginning to forge clear. Still not much in it. Good contest down this final 25 metres. Rebecca just beginning to fight back. Not much in it now into the last 15. Betsy and Rebecca. Betsy still holding the slight advantage. I think she's just going to do enough to take this one. Very similar to the time she did recently. 2:23.61. fact, it's 1700ths faster. Well done, Betsy. And a good time for Rebecca, 2:24.07. Eve, 2:30.37 in third.
A bit of a hole in the middle of the pool on this one, so we've got two groups of three, with on the gallery side Lauren McConaughey of City of Coventry in one, Anya Slesser, Aberdeen Performance in two, Molly Chambers of Doncaster Darts in three. On the other side, Erin Donnelly of Borough of Stockton in six, Ella Chown of Bournemouth College in seven, and Tilly Hanson-Hamilton of Guildford City in eight. Advantage with Anya Slesser, 31-12. The youngster from Aberdeen, 14 this year. Scottish National Age Group champion. So we'll be seeing what she can do here. Certainly a healthy lead coming up to halfway against the other five. We'll see if she's judged this right and can sustain the pace. Always hard on the second half of the 200 fly for the younger swimmers, but well, Anya, very much a fly specialist, and she'll know what she's doing here. Maybe starting to make some inroads into her lead though. Lane 3, 6 and 8. Molly Chambers, Erin Donnelly and Tilly Hanson-Hamilton. But I'll say making some inroads, not too many. As we come to the 150, still very much Anya Slesser. We'll see what the gap is now. 145.26. He's 146.68, 1.4 in it then. Pace did slip to a 38 from a 36 though. So it does make you worry a little bit, yeah, for Anya, but she's still got more than a body length in hand. Surely she'll not give that up down the final length. Working very well over in lane 8, Tilly Hanson-Hamilton. She is the one who might put in the challenge at the latter stage of this. Going into the final five, it's going to be Anya Slesser bringing it in. The lead was cut, but never seriously threatened. 2:23.59 for the girl from Aberdeen. So she improves by over 2 seconds on her entry time. Second, Tilly Hanson-Hamilton, 2:25.03, and Molly Chambers third, 2:25.91.
So just one empty lane in lane 1, 7 go in this one. Sophie Barker, City of Sheffield in 1. Isabel Hume, Northampton in 2. Fee Rogers, Borough of Stockton in 3. Amy Richardson from Kelso in lane number 5. Sarah Kalwaska from Hatfield in 7. Ruby Palmer, City of Leeds in 7. And Millie Bolden, Borough of Kirklees in lane number 8. Sarah Kalaska from Hatfield, 31.16. So identical to the previous heat. That distinct pink cap of Hatfield. Very much to the fore. On the near side, Sophie Barker as well, battling it out for second place. Sarah, probably about body length clear at the moment. As we reach the halfway mark, Sophie looks as though she holds second. 106.31. It's about 800.8 faster than the previous heat. And Sarah and Sophie, moment 1 and 2. So the Hatfield lass is gone at least a body length clear. Sophie Barker at the moment is the only one anywhere near putting in a challenge. Isabel Hume, Faye Rogers third and fourth at the moment. Sarah Kalaska looks good, 1:43.31. The 7-second split, so we'll look for something perhaps around the 2:21. She just maintained that, and she's still powering down this final stretch. Sophie Barker coming under a little bit of pressure here. Isabel Hume finishing very strongly. She's going to, I think, overtake and get into second. She's making a determined challenge, but over on the far side, Sarah Kalaska is going to hold them. It's going to be very tight at the death. Sarah's just going to take this, I think. 2:20. In fact, Isabel just snatched that at the death. 2:22.91. Fantastic last 58. 2:23.26 for Sarah. And Sophie, 2:23.39 in third place.
Another heat with a couple of empty lanes, this time lanes 3 and 5. So we have Ella Bainbridge of Cleethorpes in 1, Freya Watson of Heads of the Valley, I think that's called, lane 2. Ella Fisher of York City in 4, Melody Jones, Borough of Stockton in 6, Olivia Heron of Stockport Metro in 7, and Hannah Aspden of Real Dolphins in lane 8. So Melody Jones leading them through the first turn, 31.17. Stockton swimmer, winner in the Swim England Summer Meet. And certainly putting in a very good first half here. Best of the rest, Freya Watson in lane 2. Feel free to make some noise, crowd, by the way. These swimmers need your support. So let's get involved, particularly when you've got a favourite there, but well, let's support them anyway. 1:06.29. Just about on terms with the previous heat. Lane 1, Ella Bainbridge just emerged into second ahead of Olivia Heron. All these swimmers are juniors. I reckon that you'll need something in the high 220s to have a chance of another swim. 44.52 for Melody. So pace just dropping off in that third 50. And she's got quite a lot in hand here. So you think she'll be able to take this heat. Her entry time, 2:23.59. And that was the time she did last summer. They are closing a bit on her. Of course, we saw somebody coming back in the last heat to snatch it. Not happening this time, though. Melody holds on 2:24.29 from Ella Bainbridge, 2:24.75. And then Olivia Heron third, 2:25.42.
Heat 5, Alicia Stevenson, City of Birmingham in 1, empty lanes in 2 and 3. In 4, we have Swim Gwynedd, Katrin Barnes, Millie Scotchbrook, City of Leicester in 5, Taylor Finlayson, Warner Bass in 6, Elena Morgan, Ophir Clwyd in 7, and Maisie Thornton from Halesome goes in lane 8. Elena Morgan in 7, 31-32. In fact, it's Alicia Stevenson, 31-29. He just takes that. So opposite sides of the pool. And now it certainly looks as though over on the far side, Elena Morgan is forged clear. Molly Scotchbrook, so the Leicester swimmer in 5. Over on the far side, Maisie Thornton still there. Elena Morgan 106.50. So fairly steady for the first few heats. Still over on the far side, Elena pulling clear. Near side, Mr. Stevenson still battling away for second place. Molly Scotchbrook probably holding third. The Welsh lass well clear here. She's gone 4 or 5 metres clear with 50. You fancy that she's going to take this, unless there's going to be a significant effort from the rest of the field off this final turn. 1:43.54. So let's see if she can bring this one home. Now pulling 6 or 7 metres clear. You don't often see this in butterfly at this level. And she's having a cracking race. Something around the 2:21 mark, as Duncan says, might get her a junior swim, and it's going to be pretty close to that. What a cracking swim. She might just be outside that 2:20.87, but a fantastic swim nevertheless. Second place, Katrin Barnes, 2:25.87. Taylor Finlayson will go swimming from Warner Bass, 2:26.51 in third place.
Can I just remind spectators that if you want to take any photographs, you do require to get the permission pass. So if you want to take any photographs, you don't have a pass, make your way to the information desk in the foyer and you can get your pass there. Please do not take photographs if you don't have the pass. Thank you. I've not seen too many full heats in this event, but here's one. This is heat 6. Freya Colbert, Nova Centurion in 1. Ellie Cowan, Wickham and District in 2. Amy Corcoran of Kingston upon Hull in 3. Poppy Richardson of the City of Peterborough in 4. And 2 City of Leeds swimmers, Victoria Nant in 5 and Rebecca Clines in 6. Katarina Price goes for Newcastle in 7 and Emily Keys of City of Salford in 8. 31-24, Ellie Cowan leads the way. The green cap with a distinctive W on it. Also going well, Katarina Price of Newcastle, one of 2 Newcastle swimmers. Oh, no, just the one actually, it's 2 lead swimmers. 1:06.84 though, Ellie Cowan still leads. Well, coming out of the turn, now it's Victoria Nant. She is one of those lead swimmers. And she's now just certainly up there. Not in the lead, not far away. Still, it's Ella Cowan, I think, who holds the lead. And she's looking pretty determined that it's not going to be hand it over to anyone at the 150. 143.68. And we talked at the beginning of the session that there was very little in it in times, and I'm seeing 143s on a number of these last few heats at the 150 mark. It's getting tight now, and it's the second of the lead swimmers now that's putting in the charge and has moved through, and that is Rebecca Kleins in lane 6. And this is going to be Rebecca's race. This is really superb tactical swimming there from Rebecca, and absolutely powered that last length to take it in 2:22.16. Katarina Price and Emily Keys second and third there. All changed there in that last 50.
This is the 7th and final heat. 3 and 3. Emma Rosen from Stockport Metro in 1. Nikki Jonk from the Netherlands in 2. Megan Sheard from Stockport Metro in 3. And over on the far side in 6. Krista Wilson, Newcastle. Gabrielle Melbourne-Smith, Wallington Warriors in 7. And Katie Taylor, Heart of Midlothian in lane 8. All these girls in the 220 range. Melbourne-Smith on that far side, and Emma Rosen on the near side, 30.68, 30.72 for Gabrielle. So that's the fastest we've seen so far. Certainly the target somewhere in a high 220s, so very much on their entry time if these juniors want to try and force their way into a final junior swim this evening. And all 6 still there or thereabouts. In 3, perhaps coming through, Megan Sheard, Emma Rosen, and Megan Sheard on this near side, 106.16. Barely 2 seconds cover all 6 girls, all to play for down this penultimate 50. The near side possibly with the slight advantage. And certainly Emma Rosen. Stockport Metro, her teammate, Megan Sheard, they're battling it out for 1 and 2. Gabrielle Melbourne-Smith, Mr. Wilson, they're having a battle at the other side. Still, anybody can take this off this final turn, 142.34. Still advantage on this near side, Emma Rosen. She's been there or thereabouts throughout and still maintains about a metre advantage. Mr. Wilson in 6 is finishing very strongly indeed over on that far side. She's gone second and now challenging Emma Rosen. This is going to be very much on the touch, I fancy it. Emma Rosen just probably doing enough to take this. On the near side, Emma takes it. I think that'll give her a 2:19.17. She's not a junior. Second place, Krista Wilson, 2:19.89. That might get her a second swim. Megan Sheard, 2:20.61. In third place, we'll see if that gets them swims later on, our second and third swimmers.
So we turn our attention now to the other end of the pool. It's 50 breaststroke for both men and women. We've got 9 heats for the men, 10 for the women. Heat 1 there, ready to go once we've just completed our setup. Just testing the start systems and then we'll be up and running. The swimmer's not quite ready to go yet. There's 6 ready here once the officials are ready for them in this first heat. I reckon anything under 30 seconds from a junior will give them the chance for another swim. We're in 31-second territory for this first heat. Just a short delay as we get everything ready. It looks like we're just about ready to go. So away go the first 6. Callum McGregor, Campbell Stephen, Alexander Ireland, Alex Florence, Oscar Aiden and William Whitley. So 31.6 and 31.7 entry times. And this very fast stroking sprint breaststroke style, well evident here, particularly maybe from Callum McGregor of Mount Kelly in lane 2. It looks like he's the one who's going to lead them home, so that's a good start to proceedings. 30.7, very nice improvement on his entry time of 31.78. Alexander Ireland second, Campbell Stephen third.
Heat 2, Benjamin Fannin in 1, Jacob Elliott 2, Yusuf Batou 4, Kelvin Wong 5, Sam Coutille in 7, and Toby Arnold in 8. Good start there for Kelvin Wong in 5. He's about half a metre clear. Going well on the near side, Benjamin Fannin. Certainly the swimmer in lane 5, Kelvin Wong from Poole. He's going to take this by some margin. See what he can achieve in this one. 30.97. That's a good improvement in his entry time. 31.61. Second, Benjamin Fannin. 31.26. Jacob Elliott. 31.72 takes third.
Heat 3, we have Connor Joyce in 1, James Bilbao in 2, Rio Quarry in 3, Cameron White in 4, William Ellington in 6, Josh Pemberton in 7, Robin Turner in 8. And pretty much a line. Maybe lane 7, Josh Pemberton just breaking out of that line in the silver cap, lane 7. Daventio swimmer looks as if he's going to get it. Entry time 31.49. Oh, smashes that, 30.55. It's a nice swim there from Josh. William Ellington second, 31.08. Connor Joyce, 31.25 is third.
Heat 4, Owen Knowles in 1, Tom Lehman in 2, Casper Dulac in 3, Charlie Trotman in 4, Owen Ottaway in 5, Andrew McIntosh in 6, Samuel Peck in lane number 8. Might just be lane 3 with the advantage. Casper Dulac from Duns, Scottish Borders, being challenged now. And Charlie Trotman, between those two, I fancy Charlie Trotman might just snatch that. Casper took that, 30.20. Charlie 30.48. In third place, Andrew McIntosh 31.09. Strong swimming, lads.
So Casper improved his entry time to 30.5 at this pool in East Districts. Another 3/10 taken off there for the Berwickshire swimmer. Heat 5, Sydney Fennick in 1, Joe Moore in 2, Samuel Chell in 3, Gregor Barnett in 4, Richard Koshabayev in 6, and Jack Green in 7. Gregor Barnett, Elgin swimmer from the north of Scotland. Challenging, but, well, lane 6 and 7 are up there as well. Richard Koshabayev and Jack Green. See, the touch goes, could go to any of them, but it goes to Gregor. That's another very nice time, 30.26. Richard Koshabayev in second and Jack Green in third.
Four going this one. In 4, Max Hagan. Sean Armstrong in 5. Matthew Gridanius in 6. And Angus Nicol in 7. And 3 almost in a line here. Matthew, Sean and Max. Max in lane number 4. Max Hagan, City Glasgow. Maybe just shades that. Sean Armstrong. Matthew Gridanius. City Glasgow swimmer in 4. I think he's just going to take this. He does. 30.64. Sean Armstrong. 30.92. 31.24. Matthew Gridanius in third place.
Heat 7, Quinn van den Heuvel of the Netherlands in 2, Michael Alcorn in 3, Bradley Newman in 4, Liam Davis in 5, Morgan Berryman in 6, Ross Neely in 7, William Slawson in 8. Well, there's a line of swimmers in this one. Pretty much anyone's guess who's going to get it. So I'm not going to try and predict it as they all come down the pool together. Let's see who does get it. It is Quinn. Strong swim from the Dutchman to take the honours there. Not far away from the youth final there, 30.18. We're getting closer.
Heat 6, Evestov in 1. In 3, Sandor Aponier. Daniel New. In lane 4, Daniel Newman. Roddy Williams in 5. No swimmer in 6, 7, Callum Richard. And in lane number 8, Samuel Neild. Callum Richards perhaps over on that far side, just forging clear. Certainly he's going to take this very close for second. Callum Richards, well, 29.82. We'll get him into a final later on. 30.36 for Sander and Roddy, 30.60 in third place.
The last of our men's 50 breaststroke. Yano O'Hara, Jan van den Bosch, William Mitchell, Michael Leonard, Hayden Thomas and Josh Bradley. There's 6 involved in this one. Over in lane 8, Josh Bradley of Hales Owen looks to have the advantage here with the clear water on his left-hand side. He can just motor along now. Lanes 3 and 4, though, are coming up, and it's going to go to lane 3. Great finish from Jan van den Bosch. 29.92. That, I think, might also be good enough. It's going to be very close, that one, to get into the junior final. 30.02, William Mitchell. 30.25, Josh Bradley. So some good swims there. 2 swimmers in the last 2 heats getting under the 30 seconds. Turn our attention now on the women. Still with 50 breaststroke, and we've got 10 heats.
First of the 10 heats, Sophie Payne in 4, Leah Hamilton in 5, and Amelia Trist in lane number 6. 35 seconds, their entry times. 3 girls almost in a line, coming into the final 20 metres or so. Very tight here. Amelia perhaps over on that far side, just shades it. Leah and Sophie very close. Still with the swimmer on the far side. Bakerstoke, very tight indeed. She just holds on. 35.50. Sophie Payne 35.54, and Leah Hamilton 36.20.
Heat 2. Summer Best in 1, Amy Mackay in 2, Chloe Eastwood in 4, Erin Davis in 5, Amy Malone in 6, Alice Hockey in 8. 35.2 and 35.3 the entry times here. Good start from Summer Best of Conway in lane 1. But again, it's a very close affair. Going nicely over on the other side, Alice Hockey of Anaconda. Is it going to be... Well, Summer, did she get it? No, she didn't. It was Chloe. 35.15, just 200s in it between her and Erin Davis. Summer Best third.
Heat 3, Rona Bowie in 2, in 4, Scarlett Major, Krista Wilson 5, Ellie Fraser 6, Abigail Miles 7, Kieran Harries in lane number 8. Abigail Miles has a slight advantage over in lane 7. Other girl still well there. Still the advantage with Abigail in 7. Anyone else making a move? Doesn't look likely. Abigail still Tadcaster swimmer. This is though she's going to get there. City Sheffield swimmer rather. She does 34.91, first sub 35. Kieran Harris second and Scarlett Major third, 35-35, 35-69 respectively.
To heat number 4, Zoe Price, Eleanor Howcroft, Martha Bradley, Grace Pointer, Lydia Smith, Lucy Moores, Freya King and Freya Cole. 34.9 to 35.0. Hinge times here pushing on well in lane 4 is Grace Pointer of Bournemouth College. Over in lane 8, Freya Cole. 2 Freyas over on that far side, very close together. But it's going to be lane 4, looks like Grace Pointer. Although lane 2 coming up nicely, and she takes second, Eleanor Howcroft. Lucy Moores was third from lane 6, but the winning time, 34.48. Good time there from Grace.
Heat 5, Jennifer Pollock and Alexandra Matusik in 1 and 2. Jessica Franland in 4, Orla Edwards 5, Charlotte Nestor 6, 7, Chelsea Crabtree and Killis O'Reilly in 8. And lane 5. It's coming through, Orla Edwards. Over the far side going well, Killis O'Reilly. And also in 4, Charlotte Nestor. So lanes 5 and 8, very close. Also in 2, finishing strongly, Alexandra Matukik. And she indeed got up to take that, 34.61. Orla Edwards second, and Killis O'Reilly in third. Yeah.
So on to heat 6, 7 of the 8 lanes here are in use. Amber Owen in 1, Charlotte Hewen in 2, Rachel Ritchie in 3, Catherine Brown in 4, Naomi Van Dongen in 5, Millie Tomlin Davis in 7, Charlotte Rigg in 8. Oh, looking very good. The first half of this race, Rachel Ritchie of Preston. Over in lane 8, Charlotte Rigg of City of Birmingham is her nearest challenger. And there's not much in it at the end here, but it is Rachel who gets it, 33.95. That's our first sub 34. Well done, Rachel. Charlotte second, Naomi Van Dongen taking third.
Heat 7, Katie Goodburn and Candice Lamb, Kayla Stephen, Emma Chittleborough, Rebecca Chirkordick, Lucy Pearce and Ellen Gordson. So 7 swimmers. It might just be over on that far side. Then 6 and 7, Rebecca Chirkordick with the advantage from Lucy Pearce. And finishing strongly in lane 4, Michaela Stephen. Lane 6, I think, just was Michaela that took that 34.57 from Rebecca 34.65. Candice Lamb 34.76 in third place.
No swimmer in 1, so we have Faye Payman in 2, Junior Petrotaiti in 3, Megan Daly in 4, Emily Engels in 5, Louise Edmonds in 6, Alice Chan in 7, Charlotte Walters in 8. Louise Edmonds, Matt Kelly just had her head and shoulders ahead of the others. Swimmers either side of her starting to challenge though, Emily and Alice. As we come to the wall, who's going to get the touch? Oh, so close. It's Alice Chan, just nicks it. 34.58. Emily Engels second, 34.73, and a tie for third. Louise Edmonds and the fast finishing for Junior Petrotaiti, both on 34.81.
Heat 9, all 8 go. Olivia J, Caitlin Lynham, Catherine Russell, Hannah Louise Nelson, Madeline Glenn, Isabella Rennick, Bridget Musurier, and Ailey Redpath. Just over the far side, Isabella Rennick, Bridget Musurier in 6 and 7. They've forged clear. Races between those two. Bridget Isabella, a black cap of East Lothian, green cap of Millfield. And it's the black cap prevailing, I think. Very tight finish between the two. Bridget might just snatch this. She does. 33.65. Isabella 33.86. And on this near side, Catherine Russell 34.55 takes third.
This has happened a few times, 2 groups of 3. Our final heat of 50 breaststroke, Izzy Fackel in 1, Avril Bowler in 2, Beth Thomas in 3. On the other side, Anne van Droffler in 6, Mia McAllister in 7, Amy Mead in 8. It's lane 6, Anne van Droffler, the Dutch swimmer, looks to have the advantage here from lane 8, Amy Mead of Nova. No doubt. Who's going to take this? That's a strong swim from Anne. She comes in, a youngster there. Oh no, Avril Bowler. Whoa, 33.98. I said there was no doubt. I got it completely wrong. There's 500s between the top 3. 33.98, 34.02, 34.03, Avril, Anne and Izzy. So it's very, very tight in the end. That's us done with the sprints. Our final event of the afternoon session is men's 400 medley. We've got 6 heats for you.
And the first of those 6 now underway. We have Tom Dean from Maidenhead in 1. My apologies. Just let me start again. We have Keir Edgar from first in 1. Andrew Arthur, Aberdeen in 2. Louis Spinning, Basildon in 3. Herbie Kinder from the city of Peterborough in 4. Ryan Huddart from Nykeld in lane 5. Luke Skelding, City of Derby in 6. Harvey Jones, Stockport Metro in 7. James Cross, Wigan Best, goes in lane number 8. Entry times here, 4:49, 4:50. So I look forward to a nice tight contest in this first heat. So butterfly section, then onto backstroke. So Herbie Kinder and loose spinning. A little between the two moves, just with that touch, 28.54. In fact, that's the split at the 50. We'll see if the board gives us the 100 split. Over the far side, Harvey Jones coming through to take it up. Herbie Kinder and loose spinning. James Cross on that far side, possibly vying for fourth with Luke Skelding. So still in lane 7, Harvey Jones playing a lone furrow over on that far side. Well clear of the swimmers either side of him. Only one in the mix here in lane number 4, Herbie Kinder. So let's see if the other chaps have got something to answer for in breaststroke. They're a long way behind at the moment. Advantage still over in lane 7 with Harvey Jones. So Harvey Jones still maintains that advantage. It's diminishing a bit. Herbie Kinder holds second. James Cross over that far side. He's certainly making some headway on the breaststroke. He's in third. And we have Luke Skelton turning there in 5th place. And we now have scoreboard showing us where we are. The leader still maintains about 3 metres advantage. James Cross coming through very strongly over on that far side. He's going particularly well on the breaststroke. So the Wigan swimmers had a super breaststroke coming from about 4th position. Still has a bit to do and he wants to take this one. Harvey Jones 3:38.64, Herbie Kinder 3:40.95 and James Cross 3:41.12. Harvey Jones looks pretty relaxed over there, over in lane 7. Another 2 lads battling a good race for 2nd and 3rd. So as we come down with just a shade over 50 to go, certainly Herbie is making some headway. Still a fair bit to make up. 4:12.94, 4:14.60, so at 1.7 seconds. James Cross in 3rd place. Spinning in 4th. Coming down with just over 15 to go. Harvey Jones still with some work to do. Herbie Kinder still finishing strongly. Is he going to get up at the death? It's going to be very, very tight. We have a great finish for our first heat. Harvey Jones just holds on, 4:45.98. We'll get the time for Herbie. Just about half a second behind, 4:46.46. Loose spinning, finishes strongly and does indeed get up to get 3rd place, 4:50.61. Some nice PBs there for the first 2 there. And we move on to heat 2.
So on to heat 2, 7 swimmers here. Hector Pardo goes for Ellesmere College in 2. Luke Bryan of West Norfolk in 3. Callum Chittleborough of Warrender in 4, Fergus Kennedy of Aberdeen in 5, Eddie Hunt of Teddington in 6, Duncan McKinney, City of Glasgow in 7, and Nathan Woodrow of City of Norwich in lane 8. Hector Pardo in lane 1. Off to a strong start in the butterfly. 28.81 for the first 50. And he is a body length clear here. Probably slightly more than a body length from lane 3, Callum Luke Bevan, and lane 8 and 7, Nathan Woodrow and Duncan McKinney. That's the top 4 after the butterfly, 102.17. As we go to backstroke. And Hector certainly holding that lead at the moment pretty comfortably. In fact, if anything, he's building it. It's all getting close behind him, though. Lanes 3, 4 and 5. Particularly now lanes 4 and 5. Callum Chittleborough and Fergus Kennedy, the two Scots from Warrender and Aberdeen, respectively. They're now second and third, but there's some way behind Hector still. Ellesmere College swimmer looking to hold his advantage in the backstroke. Still a body length up. Fourth place, lane 7, Duncan McKinney. He's 3 metres or so behind the two in the centre lanes, and coming alongside him now is Eddie Hunt. But Hector still in charge. 2:15.87 into breaststroke. He's got a lead of 2 seconds. Callum Chittleborough now just has the advantage over Fergus Kennedy. And looks like he is closing in now on Hector Pardo. The lead is down to, well, less than a metre. As we come up to the 250, it's going to be Callum Chittleborough, I think, moving into the lead. 4:48.2 Callum's entry time. And he does now have the advantage, 2:58.01. Hector second. Eddie Hunt now has moved past Fergus Kennedy into third. So Callum Chittleborough will try and press home his advantage here in the breaststroke. Open up a gap that nobody can attack in the freestyle. So we've seen a few good swims this afternoon from the Edinburgh-based teams. All the Edinburgh-based teams use this pool, along with other short course pools. 3:38.42 then for Callum. Pretty much the same sort of time as the first heat at the end of the breaststroke. Then it's close after that. Hector Pardo, the early leader, now looking much more comfortable, and they're back onto freestyle. Leads Luke Bevan and Eddie Hunt in second. Callum Chittleborough still leads by about 2.8, so that lead surely is not going to disappear down this final length. He's going to bring it home. We'll see if he can improve on his 4:48 entry time. It's looking pretty good for that, I would say. So coming into the final 5, the clock just into the low 440s. So this is a good improvement for Callum. 4:43.86. About 4.5 seconds inside his entry time. Hector Pardo was finishing strongly there. Another length and he would have caught Callum. 4:44.54. Eddie Hunt third, 4:47.10. So some nice improvements across the field there, 4 of them, all getting inside their entry times.
Heat 3, before we go and introduce the swimmers, could the coaches make their way to the Treasury office to collect refund checks? So coaches, make your way to the Treasury office as soon as possible to collect all the refund checks. So moving on to the third of our 6 heats. Billy Watton from Ellesmere College goes in 1. James King, Weston-super-Mare in 2. Rory Dixon, North Ayrshire in 3. William Ellington, Millfield School in 4. Richard Laird, East Kilbride in lane 5. Empty lane in 6. In 7, from the City of Bradford, Samuel Naylor and James Bilbao from Ellesmere College in lane number 8. The entry times at the sort of mid-high 440s, 446 through to 447. So the slight advantage at the moment with Richard Laird and Samuel Naylor in 5 and 7. Also on the near side, Billy Watton. That's who takes the early touch. It's Samuel, 104.06. It's a little bit slower than the previous heat.
You can't tell too much, I don't think, from splits from heat to heat, because of course you've got swimmers with different strengths. Hector Pardo, of course, went off very strongly in that last heat and then suffered a bit in the breaststroke, finishing second in the end. Samuel Naylor striking out here on 41.10. Now got about a second and a quarter's advantage. Samuel from City of Bradford. Not seen too much from Bradford this week, so nice to see Samuel here flying the flag for the Yorkshire club. Also, we've seen plenty of strong swims from Yorkshire. Always a hot house of swimming. And Samuel looking good here, 2:17.37 into breaststroke. So we'll see what his breaststroke's like. Certainly looks that James Bilbao's got a pretty good breaststroke in lane 8. He is moving up well, the Ellesmere College Titan, and he's gone into the lead now. A bit like we saw in the previous heat from Callum Chittleborough. Breaststroke, this is so often the case, making the difference for the younger swimmers in particular on a 400 IM, 2:56.59. So a lead now of, what's that, over 2.5 seconds over Samuel. Third place in lane 1, Billy Watton, so worth keeping an eye on him as well. In fact, he's now moved into second. But it's James Bilbao putting in a really good breaststroke here. And that surely has given him control of this race. First heat was 3:38 at this point. So this is faster, 3:35.02. What a cracking breaststroke from James. Now to bring it home in the freestyle.
So let's see if we can have an Ellesmere 1-2. It very much looks that way. James Bilbao, well clear. And that super breaststroke that he built up. His teammate Billy Watton, also very good on that breaststroke. Came through clear in second. Very close for third place now. 4 swimmers almost in a line here. Samuel Naylor just holds third, ahead of Rory Dixon in North Ayrshire. To the far side, James Bilbao, well clear, 4:47.61. So let's see how many seconds he takes off that. It's a super swim from him, it's a few seconds anyway. 4:40.77. Billy Watton, second place, very close for third. Billy takes second in 4:47.07. And the scoreboard would suggest that might be no issue. bring that in a moment. So a very strong finish there from the two Ellesmere lads. Unfortunately, disqualification lane 2 for a technical infraction. No change in the 1-2. Samuel Naylor did indeed take third, 4:47.95.
So this is heat 4, 2 more after this. 7 swimmers go. Ruben Vista, City of Sheffield in 1. Billy Pettit of Ellesmere College in 2. Adam Law, Borough of Kirklees in 3. George Lehman of Plymouth Leander in 4. Jackson O'Rourke of Northampton in 5. Samuel Peck of Mount Kelly in 7. Matthew Jones of Rill Dolphins in lane 8. Ruben Vista first to the wall, nearly half a second up. Another Sheffield swimmer. So many strong Sheffield swimmers here this week. Chasing him hard. Ellesmere College, I think you could say the same about Ellesmere College actually. I saw those 2 cracking swims in the last heat. And they've had a very fine week. And I'm sure we'll want to cap it off strongly today. 102.17 plays 103.26 Ruben and Billy.
So at the moment, the near side where the action is, Ruben Vista, Le Petit, Adam Law. Over on the far side, Matthew Jones going well. There's Lehman 2 or 3 metres further back. Adam Law from the Borough of Kirklees. Just beginning to take it up on the backstroke. Le Petit, Ellesmere College also well there. Matthew Jones from Rill Dolphins, just about a body length behind those 2. Still coming through in lane 4. George Lehman from Plymouth Leander. Plymouth Leander also having a good meet at Edinburgh International and British Swimming Championships. And at the halfway mark, Adam Law 2:15.33. And as we've seen, breaststroke all important. This is where you can win or lose a race, but at least give yourself a fighting chance with the freestyle to come. And the advantage still at the moment with Adam Law, bronze medalist at the summer meet. That's where his time comes from. So some of these times, as we've seen, being shattered by quite some distance, number of seconds being taken off. And far side, Matthew Jones from Roll really getting into the picture now, barely a second behind. So off that final turn, Adam Law, Jackson O'Rourke in 3rd place. Let's see if Matthew Jones can plough a lone furrow and get himself into the lead. Finishing very strongly down this breaststroke section. Jackson O'Rourke is coming through very strongly indeed, and as we said, breaststroke is where it all matters in the IM. Jackson O'Rourke looks as though he's going to just get the touch. And with 100 to go, Jackson O'Rourke has timed this perfectly to take it up.
So we got 3 then. We'll sort it out between them, it looks like. Lane 3, Adam Law. Lane 5, Jackson O'Rourke. And lane 8, Matthew Jones. And it is Jackson with the advantage. Northampton swimmer. And he'll be looking to just finish the job now. Let's see what his lead is. It's not a lot, just over a second. 4:13.26 and 4:14.36, but doesn't look like it's going to go. Although we are seeing a nice strong freestyle from Adam Law in lane 3, but Jackson, finest in the British Summer Championships, is going to bring this one in. He was, Robert said, breaststroke, where it can be won or lost, and in this case it was won by Jackson O'Rourke from the breaststroke. 4:44.70 with a strong freestyle to cap it off. Adam Law's second, 4:45.77, and Matthew Jones third, 4:47.16.
Now, just foregoing the penultimate heat, heat number 5. We have in 4, Liam Burrell from the City of Leeds, Miles Turner, West Suffolk in 5, Harry Whiteman, City Peterborough in 6, Lewis Smart from Mount Kelly in lane number 7. So their entry times 4:42, 4:43 and 4:44. Hardly anything to choose between all 4 of that first turn of Butterfly. It's a slight advantage with Liam Burrell. Duncan says the Yorkshire swimmers from Leeds and City Sheffield having a good meet. Of course, Yorkshire, the inter-county champions back in October. A lot of strength and depth down there as Liam turns in 1:02.19.
So about an identical fly split compared with the previous heat. Lane 4, Liam Burrell. Lane 6, Harry Whiteman. City of Leeds versus City of Peterborough, but moving up in between them now. Miles Turner from West Suffolk. And these 3 now just about together. Just 400 separating them halfway through the backstroke. So you'd expect, based on the evidence we've seen so far, Harry Whiteman may just move through here. Opening up now, a gap. Half a metre, but growing. So nice, strong backstroke on Miles. Into breaststroke, 2:15.22. Still very much the same sort of area as the previous heat. And Miles with body length advantage on the 2 behind him. And that lead is growing now. So Miles Turner showing it's not just Yorkshire that can produce the strong swims. Suffolk's pretty good too. 2:55.88. Against 2:59.24 and 3:00.04. So this is a good breaststroke. Backstroke is where it started for him, but breaststroke is where he's really built on his lead. The advantage now, Liam Burrell for second place. He's got about a body length now on Harry Whiteman. But so we come up to the 300. Miles Turner in control, 3:37.24.
Dare I say, miles clear, and I've said it, so he's going to do the job. He's a good 7 or 8 metres clear. Question is, can Liam Burrow hang on for second place? Harry Whiteman, about a body length further back in third. And, Miles Turner taking it up on that backstroke. And breaststroke was where he got the job done by pulling further and further ahead. And he's extending this advantage. Now his entry time 4:43.05. Looks good to take a little bit off that. And Harry Whiteman, not to be outdone. That's to prove that he can get past, and City of Peterborough is better than the City of Leeds in this one. As Miles takes that strong swim, 4:42.15. So just improves on his entry time. Liam Burrow just proves that Leeds are a little bit better than Peterborough, 4:49.42, 4:50.08.
So we go to the last race of the afternoon session, and we have a full pool for it. Ben Cope of Royal Wolverhampton School is in 1, Piers Greening of Cockermouth in 2, Angus Allison of Inverleith in 3, Archie Plowman of Northampton in 4, also from Northampton, Samuel Blackett in 5, 6 is Jamie MacDonald of Warrender, 7, Gianna Napolitano from Bells Hill, and David Broadbent completes the field from Team Mercia in lane 8. Gianna Napolitano is our early leader, the Bells Hill swimmer. He won the Scottish Summer Meet in this pool back in July. Being challenged now by David Broadbent beside him, so the early action over on the far side of the pool, 101.87 and 102.04 for our leaders.
And Gianno Napolitano, certainly his butterfly's very strong, so no real surprise to see him at the head of affairs in the early stages. His backstroke pretty effective as well. Still maintains that advantage as Archie Plowman comes through in lane 4. Samuel Blackett, the other Northampton swimmer, now gone into third place. Still advantage with Jano. Got a body length clear at the moment. 2 Northampton lads in the centre, second and third. Jamie MacDonald from Warrender. Trains here locally, as Duncan says. He's not out the mix either, in 4th place. He'll probably come through fairly strongly on breaststroke. Piers Greening from Cockermouth, also well there. So at the halfway mark, Jana, 2:13.49. That's where the breaststrokers will come very much to the fore. 2 Northampton lads in the centre lanes. We would expect to start challenging Jana. And Gianna Napolitano, lead actually diminished now. As Archie Plowman comes through. A little between Gianna and Archie now. Samuel Blackett also not that far off the pace in 3rd place. Jamie MacDonald and Piers Greening. There's some way to go on breaststroke to make up. And it's Archie Plowman just off that turn with the advantage. His teammate also making some headway, Samuel Blackett. And on this near side, Piers Greening. He's now gone fourth. Gianna still holds second. He'll certainly finish strong on freestyle. Maybe also lad. And he's not to be outdone with. He's sticking with the two Northampton lads. So we have an interesting contest with just around 100 to go. Archie Plowman, Gianna Napolitano, and Samuel Blackett with Pierce Greening not totally out of the mix. 3:37.26.
So we're finishing on a good one here. And the turn into freestyle favoured Archie Plowman. That's given him a jump on the others. Giano and Samuel contesting second, and coming up strongly behind them, the Cockermouth swimmer, Pierce Greening. Final turn then, Plowman, 4:09.57. Leads by a couple of seconds now, so unless something dramatic happens down this last length, it's going to be about second place. Plowman, Napolitano and Greening, because the Northampton swimmer Archie Plowman has got this one sorted, you would think. 4:41.06 entry time, did that at the British Summer Championships. And he comes in here. Oh, I thought he was going to go under 4:40, so close to it. 4:40.04, improves by a second. So that was a nice swim. He's going to be there or thereabouts for the junior final. We'll need to wait to see there. I think he might have just sneaked in, but don't take that from me. We'll need to wait till the official results come through. Samuel Blackett second, 4:43.54, and Gianna Napolitano just behind him, 4:43.96. So a nice race to finish off on, and a very strong swim from Archie Plowman, 4:40.04. So we are done with session 11. Just one more session to go. It'll be a good one though. Session 12, our fourth set of finals, will start half an hour earlier tonight, 4:30. So do join us for that. We look forward to your company, but in the meantime, that's it from us. We will see you for our final session of the Edinburgh International Swim Meet and British Swimming Championships, starting swimming at 4:30.